This T app is all fun and games, but y'all better pray that these men don't get their own version.
Women have the T app, men have the T on her app. The only difference is women are doing it so that they can feel safe, and men are doing it so that they can hit.
It's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day.
So every single girl's name, face, and address just got leaked on the T app.
Yes! All right, guys, today is a little different. We're talking about the T app, and sorry, ladies, but spoiler alert, I am on the men's side with this one. Now, I get why the T app was created. The founder, Sean Cook, came up with the idea after seeing his mom's negative experience while online dating, getting catfished, running into men with criminal records, and all of that. So on paper, it was supposed to be about women's safety, letting women check if a man had real red flags like domestic violence charges or a sex offender record. But here's the problem. Like everything else tied to women, it always gets hijacked and twisted into something else. And to be honest, a lot of these women are bullies. They pose as girls while secretly hating each other and openly hating men. Not to mention, plenty of these girls just want to ruin men's lives, blocking you from dating them because they're salty they can't have them anymore. Can we please be real about that? So today we're going to break that down, the drama behind the T app and where it started and what it has turned into. Thank you for coming back to the channel. I am Carmen JC. Make sure you hit the like or subscribe. If you're new here, click the super thanks or the buy me a coffee link below to support the channel. Let's get into what's going on.
Tonight on The Edge, we are spilling the tea on a new app aptly called Tea. It's where women only can post photos of men they're dating to summon input from other women.
All right, you guessed it. It's stirring up some major controversy. Fox News' Jessica Dupnack joins us live with the details. A piece, I should say, very appropriate for The Edge. What's going on here?
Well, we all might learn something tonight, Roop and Amy. So if you have TikTok in the last couple of days, you might have been scrolling through and seen something about this T app. If you're like me, you're not really on TikTok. It's taking 20-year-old women and it's creating kind of a frenzy. You're able to post men that you're dating to, elicit input from other women. It's got a lot of guys scared. Take a look. How would you characterize dating as a 22-year-old?
Honestly, it kind of sucks.
Out of that, an app was born. It's called Tea, as in spill the tea or gossip. It's got Gen Z in a chokehold, spreading as it does on TikTok.
Mama, we made it. Look at that.
Whoever keeps posting my husband on the T app needs to stop.
Guys, I'm trending on the T app. I'm trending on the T app.
There's actually a waiting list to get on this thing.
You pass the waiting list, you have to submit a picture of your face with an ID to prove that you are a girl, because no guys are allowed in the apps.
Emily, anonymous here and on the app, admittedly embarrassed, saying she's a frequent user. You can post photos of who you're dating to gauge other women's experiences with these men, so-called red and green flags. The reviews are rarely positive.
So it's kind of crazy, like both sides of the spectrum is really dictating my dating life now.
Emily says the T app seems to be particularly popular in Middle Eastern communities, especially Dearborn.
Oh, Dearborn man, how the T app has gotten under your skin.
All these guys are talking to, they're all like getting nervous, they're all freaking out, making TikToks about it.
It offers other services like background checks and catfish verification.
They're trying to find some type of way to up your reputation so bad.
All right, so basically what you just saw, that's basically the T app. And let's be honest, it's nothing more than a way for women to dodge accountability for the men they choose. Now it's like, I shouldn't have to use judgment. I shouldn't have to vet. I shouldn't have to think. I'll just log into an app and see if he's a predator, married, dating, or cheating. Most of these women aren't even doing this to men they're married to or building a life with. They're doing it to some guy they went on a date with, a guy that they slept with once, or a man who simply just didn't want them anymore. And suddenly they feel entitled to blast his business. That is a recipe for disaster. And quite frankly, it is disgusting. It proves why so many women are hard to please. Their whole research on a man is based on bitter, salty, flat out lying women. And here's the kicker. This app won't even hurt men the way women think it will. Men don't care if you say, oh, he's had multiple women. They don't care. What they do care about is sexual assault accusations, domestic violence. But women, y'all are the ones that are sending the naked photos. Y'all are the ones that are obsessed with reputation. So when this gets messy, women will be the ones losing, not men. And this just screams like believe all women, because men doesn't even have the right to defend themselves. And let's be clear, these same women are going on dates with the very men they call red flags. Dating a drug dealer is a red flag. Dating an active criminal is a red flag. Dating a guy with multiple baby mamas is a red flag, but y'all do it anyway. Y'all do it anyway, but then pretend the only reason you can't find a man is because they're predators. No, the problem is accountability, or better yet, the lack thereof. Women keep choosing so-called bad boys and expect the results. They don't want the lames. They don't want the squares, the stable men who actually love them and build with them. They want the fantasy, the dream guy in their head. That's the real problem. Women chase a fairy tale instead of reality. And let's not pretend that this is women supporting women, because it's not. Women secretly hate each other. The so-called sisterhood that they have is fake. And half the time these women are competing. If safety really mattered, the app would strictly focus on the men with records of domestic violence or sexual offenses. But it doesn't. It's about gossip, cheating accusations, and nonsense, which proves the point. The sisterhood is fake. These women don't care about protecting each other. They care about blocking other women from the men that they want. And like I said earlier, the worst part about this is the men can't even defend themselves on this app. They can't log in and say, hey, that's not true. She's lying. They are just left out to dry, which makes this whole thing a disaster from the start. And it's not just me saying it. Didi is going to call it out too. So let's go ahead and take a listen to her take on this app.
This T app is all fun and games, but y'all better pray that these men don't get their own version. A lot of y'all women get spared so much because men don't run their mouth. If men ran their mouth half as much as y'all ran y'all mouth, a lot of y'all would be in trouble. A lot of y'all. Because everything that these men be guilty of, y'all be guilty of and more. If these men get an app where they can expose anonymously the trifling women that a lot of y'all are, y'all gonna be in trouble. Y'all gonna be in a lot of trouble. A lot of y'all been smashing a lot of men in y'all cities, right? Y'all done got around. And it's gonna get bigger than just barbershop talk where they can compare notes about y'all. They'll have a whole app where they can show and talk about how many of y'all done smashed how many dudes in the city, right? All of the nasty things you done to those dudes on the first meetup. How many of y'all done lied about being pregnant? How many of y'all done put babies on men that didn't even belong to them? How many of y'all done had trains ran on you? Talk about your hygiene and how some of y'all cat be stank. How nasty a lot of y'all are when it comes to how clean you keep the place that you stay. How well you take care of your kids. How some of y'all are deadbeats, but you live in the house with your children. Like, y'all truly don't want this to get to the point where men can expose y'all. And we ain't even gonna get into the pictures and videos that a lot of these men got of y'all, because y'all just be sending nudes to anybody. Like, it could get real wild out here in these streets. So this is a slippery slope with this whole exposing people type stuff. And especially when it's only one sided and you can only get one version of the story. Y'all better get on y'all knees and pray that these men don't get an opportunity to expose y'all.
Now, she must have a crystal ball, because she nailed it. She said men weren't going to just sit back and let this slide. And she was right. Who in their right mind would want to hear a bunch of negative things about themselves without being able to defend themselves? Naturally, men weren't going to just take this sitting down. So what happened? Exactly what she predicted. They made their own app and they called it T for Her. This is going to get interesting. Let's take a listen to her again talk about this T for Her app. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
The T on her app is active and the guys are on it. And they posting y'all pictures, and I just seen a live where a dude was going state by state by request and showing the different women in that said state and looking up girls for people on the live. So y'all wanted to play this game, let the games begin, right? I said it before. If you're a halfway decent man or woman, you ain't really got to worry about nothing, because you're not going to end up on there, because there is no tea on you to be had. However, y'all who've been running through the city, you gonna be on there. And the way it's gonna work for men is that they're gonna use this app to prey on y'all, right? They're gonna find the girls who is got green flags, because see, the green flags is talking about how easy you are to sleep with, the things that you do in the bedroom. And those men are going to come after you solely just to test out what the other men said. So a lot of y'all who on these dating apps, you better watch out, because if you on dating apps and you on this T app for these men, they're coming directly after you specifically just to see if what the other men said about you is true and whether or not you do the things that those other men said that you be doing. All right. So yeah, they're going to be on there bashing y'all, but men truly don't even be caring about the bashing part, because they know that they're not going to keep you long term, right? They're not trying to make you their girlfriend. They're not trying to make you their wife, but they will test out and see what those other men are saying and if it's true.
Now, here's the thing. I don't feel sorry for these women because they started this. The T app was a money grab from the jump. The TikToker even said that all the features require payment. Think about that. You're paying for information you can look up for free. It is manipulation, and women fall for it every single time. So I get it. They try to package this as safety. It's for the right reason. It stops domestic violence. But once again, it's not. It's feminism 2.0. And I'll be real. Women should stay far away from this app. Actually run the opposite way. Because what's actually happening is women are exposing men they're not even in real relationships with. Men that they just don't like. Men who didn't call them back. Men who just moved on. And that's why men are clapping back with T for her. Exposing women for how quick they are in bed. And honestly, that is exactly what I expected. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to this next woman and how delusional she sounds about these apps. And yes, she is wearing a thinking cap. I am not kidding. Take a listen.
Okay, so boom, y'all. I put the thinking cap on for this one. Here's my prediction for the T on her app. First of all, y'all women need not worry. Women, first of all, we don't even like men as much as they like us. Because no matter what, listen, they gonna fuck something. They have songs, they have poetry. I mean, for centuries, men have been expressing themselves as my only priority here is to fuck something. Okay, so once they start going through the stuff and they go, okay, I'm trying to fuck one of these things. Because I hear through the grapevine that it's not even like for the same purpose as what we're using it for. You know, what we're using the app for is to expose like, you know, people who be doing DV and maybe got a restraining order or maybe he got 7 kids, don't show up for any of them and also likes to do things unprotected. Like that's what we share on the T app. We as in women, not me. They're on there for a different reason. They apparently they are green flagging which girls are like easy or good in bed or whatever. But the thing is just because it was like easy or good in bed to you doesn't mean it's going to apply to the next man. And that's where the whole T for her becomes only a hypothetical. It's not really an actionable app because results may vary with, you know, women. You know that. So even if they say, oh, she was crazy to me, I might have to flip a table on you. But the next guy might be different. The difference, and I hate to make a generalization, but the difference between men and women, a man can have 10 kids and not show up for any of them. A woman will be like, no, I just didn't like that baby daddy. So, long story short, it's just not given actionable. I give it a couple months at most. My friend said that's being generous. She said I give it 2 weeks before it's just as desolate as the Blue Sky app.
Now, with her logic, she's basically saying results might vary. If a girl is easy for you, she might not be easy for the next guy. Okay, then with that same logic, if a guy cheated on one woman, maybe he won't cheat on you. The fact that she's saying it with a straight face while wearing a thinking cap is amazing. If we could just date the normal way, take chances and meet people, we'd all be better off. But instead, this is what grown adults are doing, acting like teenagers. It is embarrassing. And in case you think it is just her, listen to one more lady talk about how this app is meant to protect women. Take a listen.
Women have the T app, men have the T on her app. The only difference is women are doing it so that they can feel safe, and men are doing it so that they can hit. Women warn other women about really abusive men. Men are on there, ladies, talking about what you do sexually and how easy you are and all this weird shit, right? And the men on there are just like, what's her IG? What's her TikTok? Because men don't care. Men just want to conquer another conquest, right? But ladies, I have access to this app. Don't ask me how, I ain't telling you. But if you want to know, holler.
No, but for real, if you want to know if you're on here or somebody that you do know, let me know, girls. And I am a girl's girl and I will spill all of the tea.
Now, I want you guys to watch this young man break down what's really happening on the T app and how it all comes down to zero accountability. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
My nigga, how the fuck did I get on the T app? I used to work with him. He gave me gay vibes. Nigga, what? Nigga, I only worked one job with females, bro. And that was at Olive Garden when I was a server. And the reason why I didn't fuck with none of y'all is because y'all was already fucking all the niggas on the job. Peep this. The niggas already told me, showed me text proof on who the fuck was already getting cracked. There was nobody at the Olive Garden that wasn't getting cracked on Camp Creek Parkway. Yes, I set the motherfucking location, nigga, and I know who the fuck did that shit. So you mad I have self-respect? You mad that I didn't give you the attention that you wanted and added to your high body count? And then the first given opportunity, you want to slander my name? What the fuck is wrong with you, gang? You need serious help. TF, go ahead and make a male version. Now. I mean, now.
Now, the fact that this girl said that I think he's gay because he never approached her or any of the girls at her job, and his response was basically like, yeah, you guys were all whores. It approves my point. This is nothing but women refusing to look in the mirror and accept reality. The call is coming from inside the house. I don't know how to break that to you. The call is coming from inside the house. We have to do better. Now, let's shift gears for a second. Remember Bumble? Women begged for it because they wanted to feel empowered and make the first move. They swore they wanted control. They swore they wanted to call the shots and swore it would change dating forever. What happened? Exactly what you expect. It became too much. Suddenly making the first move was a burden. They didn't want the responsibility anymore. So Bumble had to start giving them pre-written icebreakers, basically like starter lines, because women couldn't handle what they said they wanted, essentially. It's the same pattern over and over again. Women swear they want something but never think it all the way through. Like, seriously, why act like you want something in the first place if that's not what you truly want? And if you think I'm exaggerating, let's go ahead and take a look at this clip. Take a listen.
Bumble's new CEO may be getting rid of the app's policy where women make the first move. The app's founder, Whitney Wolfe Herd, created Bumble a decade ago to solve the problem of women receiving an overload of messages from men on other dating apps like Tinder. So she founded Bumble on the premise of women making the first move. But Bumble's new CEO, Lidiane Jones, who took over at the beginning of the year, told Fortune the signature feature feels like a burden for a subset of our customers today. And some users say sending the first message feels like extra work rather than empowerment. This is why the company is coming up with different options to help women start conversations or leave that responsibility to someone else. One option lets women choose pre-composed opening lines when setting up an account. This is meant to reduce the anxiety of what to say to a new match. And another option could allow men to send the first message. Overall, Jones wants to improve the quality of profiles and is planning a Bumble relaunch in the second quarter of 2024.
So yeah, women want things, but it never makes their lives better. And here's more proof. This woman is married and still crying about having to consider someone else. I am not kidding. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Is marriage even worth it? It's not. It's not. At some point, you're going to realize that it's always best to just be alone. Because I've been married for about 7 years, and I don't even know if this is worth it. Like, and not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong, and that's the point. Like, I don't even know why I'm upset. I'm just, like, not thinking that I made the right decision, like, and I am a good man, I do, and that's not the point. The point is, it's like, you really do lose yourself, you lose your sense of individuality, you lose your sense of peace, and this could be even to a good man. Like, you're gonna lose something, and I don't think it's worth it, like, at all. I've always had a dream of, like, getting out of my hometown, like, city, and moving on, like, moving forward, like life is supposed to be experience, like, we're supposed to be doing new things, and traveling, and all that, and I do all of that, but at some point, like, I don't know if I want to continue doing this every single day of my life, like, always checking in with someone, always having to consider their feelings, it's always somebody else. You're never alone. Like, you never have a moment to yourself. You never can do that. And
now, this lady have been married for 7 years. He pays for her travel. He pays her bills. He does everything. And she hates to have to think about him. Unbelievable. These women are nuts. And honestly, I understand men so much more that I've left the code of feminism and the men suck narrative. No, I am team men. Men protect us. Men are our warriors. And like, are we even getting serious? These girls are unappreciative, problematic, and flat out ill. I am disgusted by this video, and I am disgusted by women who act like this. They bully men, talk reckless about men, and they think they'll never have to be held accountable. But the second men expose them, suddenly it is not okay. Are y'all okay? Like, serious, are y'all freaking okay? Because this type of behavior is disgusting. And, you know, it just makes me sympathize with men more. Like, they can't do anything right. Being a good man is a red flag for you guys. That is crazy. Now, what ended up happening with the T app is exactly what common sense predicted: a massive data breach. Over 70,000 women, their information and addresses was leaked. And honestly, I am not surprised by it one bit. It was a terrible app, or it is a terrible app to begin with, and borderline bullying, harassment, and manipulation. Let's go ahead and take a look at this first clip. Take a listen.
Download T, you can literally look up so many things.
It was marketed as an app for women to talk safely and anonymously about the men they're dating.
Just download the T app, type in his name, and you can literally see if he has red flags or green flags.
Now it's a nationwide security nightmare.
What are we doing about the T app leak? Like, this is not okay.
The T app announcing a massive data breach to their systems last week. Roughly 72,000 images, including 13,000 verification selfies and images of government IDs, have been leaked online. The company adding today some private direct messages were also accessed in the breach, and they have since disabled that function.
Unfortunately, the T app was not secured the way that it was supposed to. They didn't encrypt or protect that data.
T says, quote, during our early stages of development, some legacy content was not migrated into our new fortified system. An unauthorized actor accessed our identifier link where data was stored before February 24th, 2024.
Now check out this young man's reaction. It is pure gold. Take a listen.
So every single girl's name, face, and address just got leaked on the T app.
Yes!
I mean, dude, thank God for this hacker, bro. Because this app was supposed to be to help women, and they were just abusing it and using it just to hate on men and try and make them look bad. Like, they were literally putting false essay allegations and abuse allegations on men just because they
didn't like them?
Or because bro, like, cheated on them or some shit. Along with that, they were putting revenge porn in the app, and also they were doxing dudes and putting their addresses in the app.
They were the original doxers.
I hope y'all remember that. But why was it so easy for the T-App service to get hacked? Like, bro, this information was too easily available to them. But now there might be like a serial killer going after like every single girl who is framing men.
I might be one of them.
Okay, I'm joking, I wouldn't be one of them. But like, if I found out that somebody was doing this and I was the only one who had this information, I might just turn my eyes the other way. Because, bro, essay allegations and abuse allegations on men will ruin their life forever. They won't be able to get a job anymore. Their reputation is ruined. They can go to jail. Like, bro, this shit is not cool to be doing. If a nigga was smart with this information, though,
he would look up every single baddie that's in his area
that was using the T app, go up to their house and act like a pizza boy, and then start raising up as soon as she opens the door. Niggas really need to be more smart with this
Now,
shit.
I love how excited he is because he's right. They weren't using it for safety. It was just gossip, and tea is always messy. This isn't new either. It's the same as the Facebook group, Are We Dating the Same Guy? And I'm glad it got exposed because how dare you exploit men for your own comfort while you sleep with whoever you want, no questions asked. That is disgusting. In fact, I think men should flip the script. Make your own site. Call it, I want to know your body count. I want to know how many men you slept with. I want to know if she's spreading diseases. I want to know all of it because women act counterproductive and think they're untouchable. And to be clear, women will support anything that feels good. Very similar to the Black community, we'll stand behind the dumbest things because it is marketed for our emotions. And that is exactly what is happening here. Like my friend Trevor says all the time, a large group of women supporting anything is usually a scam. And that's exactly what the T app is. It is a scam and a money grab. These apps are making money off of you and you don't even realize it. Ladies, we've got to do better. We can't keep treating men like enemies. Men fight wars. Men build. Men protect. Women don't. Okay, it's time to respect men in our homes, in our country, instead of demonizing them, because the way men are vilified in the media is disgusting. And let me be clear, I will stand for women when they're right, but I will also defend men when women are out of line. And right now, too many women are completely out of line. So can we call it how it is? The T app was never about safety. It was about gossip, bullying, and a money grab. Women turned it into a circus, men clapped back with tea for her, and now the scam is exposed. And the irony, the same women who thought they were untouchable ended up being exposed in a data breach. I am not saying the data breach itself is funny, but it sounds like karma to me. Ladies, here's the truth. Respect the men who protect and provide instead of wasting your time tearing them down. Demonizing men only makes your life harder. If you meet bad people, stay away. Same for men and women. But this instant demonization of men is dishonest. It is counterproductive and it has to stop. All right, guys, I'm going to get into some of you guys' comments. Mark Slater says, you have absolutely no idea as to how valuable your words are. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mark Slater. I really appreciate you. You know how you don't understand how valuable you are to me. I see you constantly supporting the show and donating to the show. So I really appreciate you, Mark Slater. Someone says, God bless you, Carmen. Glad your channel is growing. I believe we need more Black leaders like you sharing this message. Thank you for stepping up. Thank you again, someone. You as well have been a major supporter of this show. So I really appreciate you. And it is my pleasure to speak the truth and be honest and, transparent. I couldn't picture being anywhere else or doing anything better than what I'm doing right now. Alrighty. Paulie P says, thank you for your original content, Carmen. Some hard truths there. Yeah, I've realized people don't like hard truths, and I've had to deal with a lot of hard truths within myself. So I guess I have no problem telling other people hard truths. When you hold yourself accountable, you want to hold everybody accountable. And that's kind of where I am right now. Warren Robertson says, thanks. Thank you, Warren. Daniel Robbins says, wow, you're gorgeous. Thank you so much, Daniel. CMRJC74 says, thanks for all you do. Thank you, CMRJC74. Carl Day says, thanks. Enjoy your coffee to a beautiful and well-informed and spoken young lady. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you guys' support. Carl, you're so awesome. User says, thanks. Thank you. Terry Cook says, thanks. Thank you, Terry Cook. I appreciate your support. Keith Morris says, keep up the terrific work you do. I'm glad to see there are some young people with sense. Thank you so much, Keith. I got a little bit of sense. Thank God. Thank my parents. At least they gave me a great foundation to work with. So I'm just appreciative and so happy to be here with you guys because you guys are beyond amazing. You guys are changing my life. And I am just so happy to be here and be able to have these relationships with you guys, even though it is virtual. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys beyond words. And we're going to continue on this journey together. I'm excited. Thank you guys for watching the show. Make sure you hit the like or the subscribe button and drop a comment below. If you want to support the channel, hit the super thanks or the buy me a coffee link below. I am Carmen JC. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time.
Conscious culture, we awaken and we learn. Fire in our spirits, watch the system as it burns. Question every lesson, let the real truth return. We break the mold, and now it's our turn.